There's special events, St. Patrick's Night, Halloween, all those periods. You can just see a spike. Thankfully, my phone is always in silent. I'll be bleeping all day long.
Can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself as well?
I will surely, Rhiannan. Pat Ramsey, born in Derry, reared most of my adult life in the Bogside area. I'm going to say one of these days I'm going to deactivate, but I don't think it'll ever happen. But it does my heart good when I'm helping people, and I feel better in myself when I'm doing that. Some of the stuff is very silly stuff, but some of the stuff can be quite serious.
Can you explain what exactly you do on your page and what kind of things happen?
It started by mistake many years ago, and it was somebody who worked in my office at the time, Emmett Doyle. Somebody sent me a message one day. I was out to town, I lost my necklace, and it was a gold one, it was precious, my mother bought it to me, and blah, 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 blah. And Emma said, put up a wee community notice, and that might attract people to do it. And then, I suppose, in many regards, that spiraled out of control, and people lose everything from a phone to a wallet, to their passport, to their driving licence, to their handbag, to false teeth, to hair bands, to the whole works. And I don't mind doing it. But more importantly, it's not just about a lost and found, and I suppose that's the legacy of Pat Ramsey will have as a lost and found. But there's a lot of more serious work. Derry is undergoing quite a big challenge at the moment, where, and sadly, even going into another decade, that more families are financially finding themselves under extreme pressure. At times, there's obviously peak periods where you would get the notices, and those are after a Friday night, after a Saturday night, over Christmas when a wee bit of alcohol is taken by a lot of people, and they misplace a lot of things. There's some funny moments as well. I remember one lady in a obviously late on the Saturday morning, saying, "Look, could you please put up a message for me? I was out last night and I have lost a set of teeth, and they were a very expensive set of teeth." And you always say to yourself, "Now, is this a wind-up or what is it?" But it wasn't. And her son, who I met in a wee group that I'm involved in, a wee youth group that I'm involved in, came up to me and he says, "That was my mammy's teeth and she got them back." So those are the funnier moments, but quite serious moments. And then we set of false teeth cost the poor woman £900. I do recall, and you're asking about young people, it's 2 years ago to get this message. I subsequently found out a young boy was 19, and he found a bag of money outside the credit union coming up to a Christmas period 2 years ago. And I put it on, we eventually tied down. It was a wee old woman who took her money out of the bank at the time, was afraid of the money. It was £7,000 the bag. And that young boy handed that money over. So you get all that, and you get other times people come, "I found this, and I found that, and I found the money." You say, "Well, fair play to you." There's some boys try to wind you up as well with outrageous stories. I found this passport belonging to John James, and then you check the boy's Facebook, and John James happened to be a good friend of his, Periodically, you would get requests from someone. I've been out of the city for 30 or 40 years, and I've lost contact with my sister. The family became estranged, and I'm trying to find a way of making contact with her. And you do that. Those are remarkable. Those are the stories that you see on television, and the surprise, the Silver Black Hole thing. Another more often now is people wanting to acknowledge and thank someone. My father had a bad fall, Pat, last night. We don't know what happened, but 2 guys stopped in a car and took him to Aodhán and Adam. Only for that exchange, God knows what have happened to him. An ambulance would have been too late to take him. And they want to find out who was those people, because we really want to personally say and thank them personally for it. That would happen more often now. And I call that a community appreciation, and it happens on a regular basis, which I don't mind doing, because there's a lot of heroes out there as well. Over Christmas there was 2 different occasions where people were on the bridge, and only for an intervention for someone coming along that helped their sister or helped their brother who was in a bad place, and only for that young person coming along and physically restraining them until the police came, we could have lost my brother last night. And them things there, which is great to see as well, and saving someone's life on top of it. No, I'll be waiting. I should ask Pat Ramsey.